Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. My name is George Hughes. I'm one of the Tergar International Facilitators, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Stay Home and Meditate. Another edition, I don't know what this is, a session. Nice to see some of my friends, people I know here, some people I haven't met yet, as always. And I'm a little bit surprised to see so many people signed in. Do you know what the topic is today? It's pain. So I'm going to talk about our topic, which is pain, just for a little bit. Then we will share in a meditation. And after that, if there's any time, I can answer some practice questions. And just remember that sometimes there's like a 2-3 minute delay between when you type in your question and when I see it. So just so you know that, if we do have time. So anyway, over the last 2 Sundays, Mingyur Rinpoche and Tergar instructor Antonia Sambundu have talked about pain and the way that we can transform our pain or use pain for transformation. When we stop fighting our pain, there's less suffering. And Antonia went on to talk about the Buddha's first turning of the wheel of Dharma, the idea that the human life is suffering. And I know that I've had conversations with people. I don't suffer. I might be a little uncomfortable sometimes, but I don't suffer. And that idea of suffering can be a little bit abstract, a little bit drastic for some people. So really the idea of suffering, it's maybe not the best translation. It doesn't mean fingernails on a chalkboard suffering. It doesn't mean getting your fingernails pulled out suffering. It just means dissatisfaction or discontent, discomfort. Something could be a little bit better. And that's enough about that right this second. So sometimes we feel a sense of loneliness because we think we're the only ones who are suffering. And this just adds the pain of loneliness to our already existing pain. The idea that we are the only ones who suffer or who are enduring this particular suffering it's an illusion. It's a mistake. So really we have to start with the idea that everybody suffers. We're not alone in our discontent. We're not alone in our pain. I see more and more people coming in. Myron actually says that he's got pain, even in Hawaii. So, it's not all intense pain. It's not all, again, nails on a chalkboard suffering. It can be just nagging. Things could be a little bit better. It can be physical pain. It can be that thing that happens to your knee sometimes. It can be, whatever, a sore back. It can be emotional. It can be spiritual. It can be mental. It doesn't really matter what it is, but we all suffer some sort of pain, suffering. So once we recognize that we're not alone in our pain, we can begin to look at it. We can get to know our pain a little bit, which we're going to do in our practice. And then we can begin to develop some empathy, some compassion for others who have similar pain or people who have any pain at all. I know over the last couple of weeks, we've also talked about the idea of a sense of community and connection and sending love and compassion to others. So this is one way we can transform our pain, is to transform it into love and compassion. I remember the first time I heard the saying that pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Everybody has pain, but the suffering is usually what we add on, that idea that we're suffering alone, that idea that if I only change this thing, it'll be better, it'll be different. I won't suffer anymore if I just buy this thing, if I just, whatever it might be. That idea that suffering is optional is really transformational. I can sit, sometimes, not always, But sometimes when I'm feeling discomfort, I can settle into that. I can sit with it. I can notice it. I can look at it, which we're going to be doing in a minute. And when I don't fight it, I start to recognize its parts, the causes and conditions that bring it about. Just like, everything that we've worked with awareness over the last few weeks, and some of you for years and years, as I see more people coming in, I can put some space around it. Awareness is infinite. So there's plenty of space to take any of my suffering if I just hold it in that space of awareness. It doesn't control me any longer, and I can look at it and I can recognize it for what it is. So we're going to be using that awareness that we've been working with, that we've been recognizing, and we'll use that as we recognize our pain. The haircut was not painful, by the way. Thank you, BW. So let's do a bit of practice and see if we can sit with our pain for a minute. As Franca pointed out last week, and Rinpoche mentioned, if you're not feeling any physical pain, and we're kind of working with physical pain, if you've got some emotional pain or some mental pain that's not too overwhelming, you could look at this here. But really, the cues I'm going to be giving are more for physical pain. And if you really need a physical pain, if you're not pregnant, you can kind of just pinch that space in the webbing between your thumb and first finger. So not too hard. You don't want to, again, it's not suffering, it's just discomfort. So just take a moment to find a position that is reasonably comfortable. A nice balance of alertness and ease. And just think about why you chose to tune into the Tergar meditation community at this time. Maybe you didn't know what the talk was about or the practice was about. Maybe you've got some pain and you wanted to work with it. Maybe you know somebody else who has some pain. You want to help them. So what's your motivation? And see if you can just allow your mind to rest. Allow your body and mind to rest together. If your mind is moving a little faster than you'd like, you sense some tension in your body, maybe a few nice full inhales, and then just a sounding exhale or two. Sometimes help to relax. And then, as we oftentimes do, once you've relaxed your mind and relaxed your body, just take a few moments to notice your body. You can do a body scan as we've done before, from top to bottom or bottom to top, or whatever way feels most natural to you. Maybe checking for tightness or tension. Maybe just noticing what it feels like to have your body right now. This is the body that you have in this moment. No matter what you think of it, no matter how attached or averse you are to it, this is the body that you have right now. See if you can just rest in that. Rest in the experience of your body. Not trying to change anything. Just noticing. You might even look at it as a bit of an inventory without judgment. Just noticing. Where does it feel heavy? Where does it feel light? Where does it feel both? Where do you feel pressure, or where does it feel full? Are there places where you don't feel anything? And are any of these sensations static, or are they changing? Are any of these sensations particularly intense, what you might call painful? And unless it's extreme pain, just hold space for that experience. Just notice whatever you're feeling, however your body is right now. Not expecting anything to be different. Not trying to change anything. Just allowing your experience of your body to rest. Maybe in open awareness, in spaciousness, in openness. Just let it be. And if you notice pain, if your awareness hasn't already found that spot and rested there, just allow your attention and your awareness to settle with your discomfort. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's not. Just notice the sensation. If you're anything like me, when I look for pain, it has a tendency to move or disappear. For some people, it gets a bit more intense. And if it gets too intense, this may not be the practice for you. But if the pain is just enough to focus your attention, your awareness, maybe you can notice some images, some thoughts that are tied into the pain. Maybe you remember where it came from, maybe the desire to get rid of it. So allow your awareness to move between the discomfort itself, images, thoughts, any emotions. Anything else that helps to make up this pain. Can you see where it begins and ends? Can you see the pieces? Just take a few minutes here just to explore and become familiar with. And if your pain moves or disappears, just rest in open awareness until something else uncomfortable comes up. Pain will come back. Are you holding on too tight or maybe trying to push the pain away too much? See if you can just allow it to be. Create a little bit of space around your experience. Maybe even bringing some compassion to yourself in your discomfort. Again, if your pain dissolves or disappears, just rest in open awareness. If you're lucky enough to have pain, noticing its different aspects. When you become a little bit more familiar with it, can you be a little more open to it? You might even recognize that it's not permanent, it's not constant, but it pulses or shifts or changes moment to moment. We bring some space to it. We can let go a bit. Let go of the struggle. What happens when we do that? When we allow our awareness to hold our pain. And as we transform this pain, we can turn it into compassion for others, empathy for others who also feel pain. Maybe the same pain, maybe simply the fact that they're uncomfortable. We know what it's like to be uncomfortable. We know what it's like to suffer. If that seems like a tall order, just maybe thinking of those people who are practicing with us right now, who came to work with their own pain. Wishing them relief. Wishing them the skill and the ability to reduce their own suffering. To recognize the spaciousness that we can invite to our experience. Doesn't always reduce our pain, but sometimes that's a nice side effect. You might see some of our suffering, some of our discomfort dissolving into that limitless space. If your eyes are closed, you might want to gently begin to open them and continuing to remain still, just notice the space around you. Open up your field of awareness a bit. Noticing the space you're in, any sounds. Maybe it got brighter or darker since we began. Maybe you feel a breeze. Maybe you're aware of others. Just rest with whatever your experience is at the moment. Maybe recognizing our interconnectedness with our surroundings. A little more appreciation for ourselves and for others. Maybe even taking a few moments just to reflect on our experience. Maybe we felt a little bit of connection to awareness, to other people, to the suffering of others. See if we can have the intention to bring that awareness of others' suffering to our interactions with others. Recognizing we are not alone. And just taking a minute or so to simply rest, letting go of any technique, just allowing mind and body to rest together once again. Then maybe just take a moment, if we've gained any wisdom through this practice, if we've cultivated or accumulated any compassion, or found anything of benefit to ourselves or to sentient beings, we can dedicate that now. Okay, so I seem once again to have taken us all the way to the end of the half hour. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for spending time with me. It's so nice to see so many people I recognize here. Really nice. People I've known for a while, people I haven't seen for a bit. Just remember, Mingyur Rinpoche will be back again on Sunday. Robin will be here on Friday to do another facilitator-led meditation. Rinpoche will be here Sunday, and registration is open for the Tergar International Summer Retreats. I believe Tergar Asia will be doing some for folks in the other time zones a little bit later. But if you want to see when the Tergar International Summer Retreats are, there you can find that at tergar.org. Or I think Frank could just put it up in the chat box. So thank you so much. Frank will be here Tuesday, and I hope to see you in a couple of weeks. Be well, stay safe. Thank you.